Hello everyone, welcome to Dad vs Son, Football Explained. This is a podcast where we try and explain the 150-year history of football in about 30 minutes or less with a dad, which is me. My name's Martin, I'm 37 and I have a dodgy back. And my son. Hello, son.
Hi, my name's Naya and I'm 8 years old.
Nice. Okay, good. Anything else you want to tell us?
I support AFC Bournemouth. So does my dad, and we're both football crazy.
Yes, we definitely are. And you've started to get quite curious about football recently.
Definitely.
So we thought, why not record all the interesting questions that you've been having to ask me, and hopefully I can try and answer them.
Yeah.
I've not done brilliantly so far, but now I have a computer in front of me and I've got the internet. And as we all know, everything on the internet is true. And that's what I've been teaching you, isn't it? Every single day, and telling you to believe absolutely everything you read on the internet. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
No, don't. No, at that point, you're meant to deny. You're not meant to agree with me. That makes me look like a bad parent.
Oh, no.
Excellent. There we go. Now I'm redeemed and social services won't get me. Okay, good. So every single podcast that we do, and this might be every single podcast, we are going to do a topic, right? We're going to do a topic, and Naya's come up with 5 questions on that topic.
No. I've come up with 4. One was off topic.
Okay, so what happened was I asked you to do 5 questions.
No, before you said the topic, I started writing my first one, and that was off topic because I did it before you said the topic.
Okay, are you like this in school?
What?
Just rubbish.
I bet you were like this in school.
I absolutely not. I would, if someone asked me to do 5 questions, I'd do 5 questions.
Yeah, but before you said the topic, I read it. Now let's get on to the questions.
Okay, all right. This is reminding me of school. Okay, so Nai, your first question, please.
Why do football players get paid so much?
Why do football players get paid so much? That is a really good question. Do you know how much football players get paid? I think that's probably
if you're like Philip Billing, then maybe every week you get at least a few thousand, and if you like Erling Haaland, you get about 1 million every week.
Okay.
Something like that.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think. I want to know the truth.
How much do you think Cristiano Ronaldo gets paid?
Probably more than 1 billion every year.
Probably more than a billion every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not too far away from that. I'm just looking it up now, right? He gets paid $213 million every year, which is 173 million pounds. What would you do if you had 173 million pounds? What would you spend it on?
Well, I would spend it on an Aston Martin. I would spend it on a house and to help it feed my kids, I guess.
You've got kids?
No. If I was older.
Right, okay.
In the
fair
future.
Enough. Well, if you do have kids, please let me know. I don't really want to have to learn on a podcast that we've been doing. I've just looked up, right? I've just looked up how much Ronaldo earns per minute. And
minute?
Yeah. So it's actually brought up, it's told me how much he's earned per minute of playing time, right? Which is just under £41,000 a minute across the season so far.
What in the name of God?
That's a lot of money. That was on the 31st of October last year.
Yeah.
So that's probably changed now, but that even so, that
is amazing.
That's a lot of money. So a question to you then, knowing this, and we'll get back to your question, right? Because your question was why do players get paid so much, right? We will get back onto it. The question for you is do you think players get paid too much?
Yes. For kicking around whatever shape that is, of a piece of rubber with their own feet with skills, that is just way too much money for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's an argument. A lot of people think the same as you. A lot of people, especially people who don't watch football, are confused because why doesn't a surgeon get paid that kind of money?
What's a surgeon?
Okay, this is going into a different podcast now, but we're going to explain what a surgeon is. Someone who cuts people open and fixes. Like a doctor.
I don't need to know anymore.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, nor does this audience who thought they were tuning into a football podcast, and not a surgery podcast. So, anyway, so back to your question, right? Why do footballers get paid so much money? Do you want the long and boring answer or the short and boring answer?
I mean, I got 5 questions. I don't know how long this podcast will be, so I'm just going to go for the long and boring one instead of the short and boring one.
Okay, so you're trying to pad out time, is what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
okay.
I want the audience to have more of a, like listening time where you can like know stuff.
Okay, right. Well, we're gonna try and do that. So far, we've completely failed, but we've still got time. We can do it. I don't know how many minutes we are into the podcast.
Does it really matter?
6 minutes.
Does it really
I don't think
matter?
we've learned anything so far, but no. The reason why they get paid so much, right, is because of how business works in general, right? It's a thing called supply and demand. So
why is that?
So really simply put, is the really talented footballers, there aren't many of them. So clubs want them to join their team.
Like Jude Bellingham?
Yeah, exactly. And they are happy to pay a lot of money for the privilege of that because in return, when that player goes there, they get to sell loads of shirts. They win trophies, which means they have more of a higher profile. And if they have a higher profile, they can play in things like the Champions League. And make more money basically, and it just generates that. So it's like a business investing in something really, really good, like let's say a great computer or something like that will make them a lot of money, and then it's worth it. So they actually make more money back than they paid in the first place.
I still don't know why they get paid so much.
No, I to be honest, when I was explaining that, I didn't really understand it myself. But simply put, the very top players get paid a lot of money because they're worth it. The more that they get paid, the more the next person will get paid for it, right?
Every footballer has a significant amount of money.
No, not
every professional.
You have an uncle who is
every professional. He's a semi-professional.
He's kind of borderline semi-professional.
Yeah, I was talking up insane amount of money.
Should we talk about your uncle a bit more, just in case he's listening to this? Does your statement earlier, all footballers make a lot of money? Does your uncle make a lot of money?
No, that's because he's not a professional footballer.
Exactly right. Not all professional footballers earn that much money. In fact, not that many at all. The ones down the lower leagues might be professional, but they earn kind of probably less than sort of average wage because there's more of them. There's loads of footballers, so they don't need to be paid that much.
So worse.
They're also worse, yes, and there's a lot of them. That's
what I'm going to try and say is like most teams in the Championship and the Premier League are quite ching.
Right, okay, so now this was a podcast where I explained stuff to you, but you're going to have to explain to me what was that?
Ching is like money.
Ching is that
lots of money.
Is that what the young people say?
Sometimes.
Okay, cool. Well, I've learned something today, so that's good. Ching. I'm going to use that throughout this podcast as much as I can. Okay, so yeah, what I'm saying is that only the really talented footballers earn lots of money because they're really talented and lots of teams want them. So it means that they're happy to pay lots of money for them.
Right.
Do you think that's fair?
This is a hard question. I can't answer that.
I wish I could. I didn't realise that was an option. That you could just not answer the question.
you can and you can't, and sometimes you just can't think of an answer.
Let's just move on with the next question then.
Why is it so cheap to go to football games?
Okay, well, that's an interesting question because from my point of view, as the one who pays to go to football games, it doesn't seem that cheap to me. It's cheap for you because it's free. You don't pay anything.
No, because like you said, it's about a tenner to go to a game.
If I ever said that, then I lied. No, I think this happened recently, right? It was a tenner to go to a Carabao Cup game. It was Bournemouth against West Ham. So we're both Bournemouth fans, right? So, and I did that to essentially get some points so I could go to take us to future games. Right?
How much is it then?
Right, so a lot is, and this is a whole different question as well, and we'll look this up, but in the Premier League, there's a cap on away games. So it's £30 is the maximum that you can spend on an away ticket, but that's away. At home, there's no cap, and that leads to really, really expensive tickets. So how much do you think a ticket, like the most expensive ticket, is to go to a Premier League game?
Right. So if we're talking something like Premier League, I was gonna say something like Real Madrid, but like to have a home game for like something like Man City, I'd say like in the thousands.
Okay, in the thousands for one ticket.
For like at least a family to go.
For a whole family.
So like say me, you and Jane.
Okay, so let's go with, this is the easiest way. Let's go with season tickets, right? So the season ticket is where you get a seat for a whole season, right? And it's your seat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for every game at home. How much do you think the most expensive one in the Premier League is?
More than 1,000.
Yeah. So I've just looked it up. It's £3,000 for seats at Fulham, right?
Fulham?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. So you don't even get to watch decent football. You have to watch Fulham.
Sorry, Fulham fans out there, but really,
yeah,
he's right.
That's why you're on this podcast, because you can do a disclaimer afterwards that
you can learn you can learn something.
I'm joking, of course. Do we love Fulham? I don't know. I'm indifferent to Fulham. I think most people are.
No football teams like each other.
No football teams like each other. Well, this is the thing. I reckon Fulham they're kind of nice guys of football. They're similar to us, really, in Bournemouth. We really want rivalries with teams, and teams aren't interested. We really want rivalries with Southampton. They don't care. They don't care about us because we're little old Bournemouth. And I think Fulham is kind of similar. They're the kind of little club.
We're a bit off the question right now.
We're off topic. It's fine. Like, sorry, I like how now you're bringing us back to topic. This is great. Yeah, sorry, by the way, for this is a podcast you can't see, but Nye is currently staring daggers at me right now, which he often does, which is he's not happy with me. So, yeah, £158 a match for that. So
what?
It's actually really expensive to watch football matches. That's the most expensive.
£30 is cheap for a football match away.
Yeah.
But then it's just overpriced to go.
Yeah, I think. So
I think that question was a bit, wrong.
Well, that's okay
because they're not cheap.
Well, we can talk. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's not cheap to watch football at all, especially if you want to watch football at home, which obviously we never really get to do with Bournemouth because our stadium is about the size of a shed, so it fits about 5 people in it.
No, it can't. It can fit at least more than 1,000. Why did I say it? Why did I say it like that?
Our ground fits about 10,500, 11,000, something like that. In comparison, Old Trafford fits about, I think, 78,000 or something like that.
Do you want me to ask the next question?
Yeah.
This question was a bit of a failure.
So basically that question was...
a bit of a failure.
The question was, why are a football ticket so cheap? And the answer was, they're not. But that's good. This is why we ask these questions, because hopefully we're learning something.
My next question is, why do managers get paid so much?
Why do managers get paid so much? Now, this is interesting, right? Because I don't actually know how much managers get paid. So
they get paid a lot. That's the only thing I know.
You think so? How do you know that?
I know that because the type of clothes they wear, the little frown on their face, is just unbearable, and you can tell that they're gonna be like a billionaire.
Okay. Is there any particular manager you're thinking of when you think this?
Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola, he often just wears a hoodie, doesn't he?
Iraola.
Iraola?
Yeah. All the managers, basically. Not all of them, obviously.
See, I think they, if you're going to go by clothes, I think they're very different. I think you've got
that's because they're trying to look like the new word you just teach me, hippie. They're just like
I did
clothes.
Not teach you. Hippie.
You teach me what that was.
You asked me what a hippie was, and for fear of offending hippies, we're going to move swiftly on. Yeah. But I have asked how much Premier League managers get paid, right? First off, how much do you think, or who do you think earns the most?
In terms of like all the teams
in the Premier League, yeah.
Oh, Pep Guardiola.
You are correct. It is Pep Guardiola. And
I mean, it's obvious. Man City are the best team.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. It's quite obvious. How much do you think he gets paid?
Are we talking weeks, minutes?
Annually. So per year.
Per year. Ooh. At least $1 billion.
A billion. I mean, that is a huge amount. Even for football, that is a huge amount. It's $20 million. It says the internet. Well, apparently, depending on. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, so there's all sorts of stats here. It's almost double the next person. Okay, let's see if you can get the next person. Right, so Pep's at the top. He's about.
He's the manager of Real Madrid.
18 in the Premier League, though. This is just Premier League.
Arsenal, or Liverpool.
Okay. Do you know the manager of Arsenal?
No, Arsenal's a good team, so I just.
Okay, well you're right. It is Mikel Arteta, who's on 9 million apparently. Although he's just signed a new contract, so he actually might be on more now. And then I won't ask you to name the other ones because it gets a bit more tricky after that. Unai Emery, Aston Villa, he's on £8 million.
The Dracula.
Yes, the one who looks like Dracula. Yeah, that's the one. And after that, Eric Ten Hag.
The other guy.
The other guy. Who does he manage?
This is hard. This is hard. This is really hard.
I'll give you a clue. They're playing as we speak.
Oh, as we speak. Oh, what was it?
I'll put you out your misery. It's Manchester United.
Uh-huh.
Who are currently, as we speak, they're winning 3-0 against.
Really?
Yeah, against Southampton. I know, it's shocking, isn't it, that they are beating Southampton.
It's not shocking.
You never know about United these days, do you?
Yeah, but like Southampton are like down. They're gonna get relegated this season.
Yeah, I mean,
I just bet.
We have family members who support Southampton, and I mean, hopefully they're not listening to this podcast. But I think you're probably right. But everyone says that about Bournemouth every year,
and they're wrong.
And then we tend to stay up.
And then we're wrong.
But it's good. Anyway,
I mean, if they were witty enough, they would know that like close to the top. Like close. Like I remember once where we got like the highest we got was like 5th. And then we dropped like straight down.
Okay, I mean that never happened, but I like your optimism.
It did.
You mean during the season?
Yeah.
Yes. I think. Hey, we all know that Bournemouth always start every season at the top of the league. You know why now? I think I've explained to you why that's the case.
Because like the person who owned the club, he didn't. The AFC doesn't really stand for anything. He just wanted us to start at the top of the league.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
So if we play good games, we would like stay there for the. So yeah, and where did Man City go?
What at the start of the league? So you know, if people haven't picked up on this already, this is the alphabetical league table before anyone.
Yeah, I know that.
I know you do. I'm just explaining to any listeners that might not know that already, because I know we've spoken about this before. So obviously AFC Bournemouth is at the top of the league, and Man City, they'll probably be mid-table, right? Where does M come in the alphabet? It's kind of
C, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. N.
You don't have to tell me the exact. It's in the middle, basically, right? It's kind of towards the middle. So, hey, if all these charges come through that Man City have got, then they might end up in the middle of the table if they're lucky. They might go to the bottom of the league. Who knows?
They're good enough to like.
But hopefully they get docked all the points and it'll be really funny. So Erik ten Hag, we're going back to how much they get paid. So he gets paid £6.7 million a year. Do you think Erik ten Hag has been earning that money?
What do you mean? Of course he has, because like you just said he earns that money.
Yeah, but does he deserve that amount of money? When I say
no.
When I say earns, he does. You're right. He does technically earn that, but does he actually with his?
Does he deserve it? You mean?
Yeah. When I say has he earned his money, I mean does he deserve it? Has he put in the work to deserve that kind of money?
Man United are literally so sorry, listeners who support.
You can't swear.
I wouldn't. Are so bad. Sometimes.
Oh, bad. Okay, we're just going to go with bad. Okay, good. Because I was worried where you were going with that. That's a nice snort on the mic there. That's not getting edited out. I'll keep that in there. Any Peppa Pig fans out there is going to relate to that. Okay, so, and then there's only one more person on the list, which is Arne Slot, the new manager of Liverpool. £6.2 million, who is earning his money, I think, so far, because at the time of recording, he's won every single game, and Liverpool are absolutely smashing it at the moment. Right. So managers do earn a lot of money. Okay, so that's that question answered. I think you asked why managers got paid a lot of money, and we just found out that they did. Probably it's kind of the same reasons footballers do, really. If they're really talented, then they get a lot of money.
Next question is,
okay,
does it cost to go to every single Premier League football game this year?
How much money does it cost to go to every single Premier League football game? That's a really good question, and one that is going to require some maths or ChatGPT, possibly. How much should we do it? All right, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. So, I mean, again, how much do you think? What's your guess on this one?
My guess is at least $1 billion.
Whoa. Hang on, I'm confused about your question. You want to go to every single Premier League game? How's that even possible?
Season.
What, like every single one?
Yeah, every single one.
Well, how can you'd have to be in more than several places at once. Right?
Yeah, but like...
how are you going to do that? Are you going to clone yourself?
Even if you didn't go, you just... Like we did for the West Ham and Bournemouth game.
Okay, well, don't tell the listeners that we actually bought a ticket and then didn't go to the game. That's very embarrassing.
Why?
Let's not get into that. If you buy a ticket, you should go to a game. By the way, don't follow our example.
Maybe cut that part out.
Maybe cut that part out. Okay, maybe I might do that. Right. Okay. So, how much money? What's the question then? Would you spend if you went to every Premier League game? That's the question, right?
What's her answer?
Wow, it's just gone absolutely mental and given me loads of data.
I want to see without you telling me.
Okay. What was your guess again? Like $1 billion?
Yeah, I'm just gonna see.
All right. Okay. So I won't. No. You can't just leave the microphone. So Nice just come over here. He's looking at the computer and totally abandoned his microphone now. I'm going to tell you the answer, and then you're going to react on the podcast. Okay, you're back in the room?
Yep.
Okay, right. So this is interesting because it's factored in tickets, travel, accommodation, and other expenses. So it's not just gone for the tickets themselves. It's gone for the whole cost of what it would take to attend that. So apparently between £30,000 and £50,000 or more for the season.
Oh my!
I reckon, yeah, for a season of 380 games, 20 teams, ChatGPT has recommended a mid-range hotel that might cost around £100 per night. Sounds like what your granddad does on a regular basis.
Which we are not doing.
Where granddad is getting 30 to 50k from every year, I have no idea, but I want some of that.
Where does he work?
Not somewhere that pays him 30 to 50k a year, that's for sure.
There's this story about this woman who gets paid even though she does about nothing. Anyway.
Did you read this story in the Daily Mail?
Oh, no, you should not have said that. You shouldn't. There are some listeners here
who might read the Daily Mail. Well, let's find out. If you do read Daily Mail, please get in contact with us on our email, which is james.tolbert at... anyway, so the... Yeah, so what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, that was your question. So there you go, question answered, kind of, but between 30 and 50.
Now, our last question.
Our last question, so... Which is
completely off topic.
We've done the 4 on money, and I think they've been really good. So thank you, Nai. And now the completely off topic one.
My question is, drum roll please. No, actually.
I'll put it on in post.
Right. Drum roll please.
Oh no, you're going to do a drum roll. Okay.
It is, do you think Southampton will win the treble in the Premier League in the next 5 years?
I like how you've said this to me. The way you're looking at me kind of suggests that this is a really difficult question and that I can't answer it. Will Southampton win the treble in the next 5 years?
Uh-huh.
If Southampton, if I say that right, if Southampton win the treble, I'll present Match of the Day in my pants. Because I would then have to become the presenter of Match of the Day, which is highly unlikely, and then wear pants, which is also highly unlikely. So yeah, that's not true, by the way. No, I don't think they're going to do it. Are they even? A better question would be: are Southampton going to stay in the league this season? They've just lost. They've lost 3-0 to Manchester United, which is not the worst result in the world, but they're not doing brilliantly so far.
Isn't that question answered?
That is question answered. Have you got somewhere to be?
No.
You seem like you want to get.
It's
get
just
done.
Just checking. Anyways, that's all our questions answered.
That's all our questions answered. Well, to be honest, I think we've answered every single question about money and football that you could possibly want to know.
I couldn't think of any more.
Yeah, if anyone else has any more questions or wants to get in touch or wants us to do a certain topic or whatever, let us know. We don't have an email address yet, so we'll by the time we put this out, we hopefully will have one, and we can put it in the description.
Our email address is something.
Do you want to make it up now and then see if it's available?
dadvson.co.uk.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not taken already. Yeah, so we'll sort out an email, put it in the description. And then, please contact us. Don't ask me any questions. I'm not very interesting. But, if you want to ask him anything, or if you want us to do a particular topic, or what do you want us to do? This one was about money. There's loads of things we could do about football.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, see you in our next episode, guys. Bye-bye.